My dear students, respected guardians, my dear beloved colleagues and the viewers who are watching me, Assalamu alaikum, a very good afternoon. Welcome to the Noon Batayon Facebook live page, an online teaching platform presented by Vikarnesa Noon School and College. My dear students, how are you doing? Hope you all are fine at home by the grace of Almighty Allah. And I think for keeping well, it is the best blessing staying at home. So, Alhamdulillah, we all are very fine. First of all, let me introduce myself. This is Shirin Sultana, Assistant Teacher, English Version Day Shift, Vikarnesa Noon School and College. Today, I am going to take a class of class 6 science class. Today, my topic is morphology of plants. Before starting my class, I hope you all to join the live class Noon Batayon, as it is an open platform, not only for the students of our school, but also the students all over the country. So, the students who have joined, please mention your name. The students who are the students of our school, please mention your name, class, section, roll, shift and branch name in the comment box, and the student from another school, please mention your name and the name of your school. I hope you are listening me properly and you can see me clearly. So before starting my class, let me check if I am visible or not. Yes, all of you have joined. So, Walaikum Salam. Good afternoon. I'm very happy to have you. So let's start. We can start our study, our lesson. Walaikum Salam. Good. Let's enjoy the class, please. I think all of my students are ready with the necessary things, study related things, as you can continue the class properly. Morphology of plants. After ending the class, students will be able to learn about the external structure of an ideal Structure of roots, structure of roots, types and function. And function. Structure of stem, types and function. And at last, structure of leaf, types and function. At the end of the class, student will be able to say the structure of an ideal plant, structure of roots, types and function, structure of stem, types and function, structure of leaf, types and function. So let's start. We will learn now morphology of plants. So what is morphology? Yes, morphology is the science, knowledge of science which discuss about the formation and structure of organism, and morphology of plants discuss about the formation and structure of plants. For considering an ideal plant, we discuss about a chili plant, because chili plant which is angiosperm plant. Angiosperm plant is the plant which flowering plant which have stem, root, leaves, fruits and flowers, and seeds are inside the flower. Seed is not open. Enclosed seeds are inside the fruits, that is not open, and bears fruits and flowers. So let's observe a flowering plant, chili plant. Here we can see a chili plant which is an angiosperm plant and different parts of the plant. This is stem, this is leaf, this is fruit, flower and taproot. And from the whole part, the part of plants remain above the soil is shoot. From here, remain above the soil is shoot. Shoot consists of branch, stem, leaves, fruits and flower. Okay, and the part of plants which is connected to the taproot and remains above the soil and which has note, internode and apical bud and axillary bud is called stem. Branches and leaves originate from the stem. Now, leaves, the part of plants, it is a part of plant and it is a thin, flat, green outgrowth of stem, and it produces food by the process of photosynthesis. In class 5 you have already learned what is photosynthesis. So I am recapping again. This is the process of plant by which plant produces their own food with the help of at the presence of sunlight and with the help of water and carbon dioxide. You know that? Yes. And this is flower. Flower originate from the axis of leaves. The angle between the stem or branch is called axis, and flowers originate from the axis of leaf. Okay, and after maturity, flower turns into fruit, and this is fruit of chili plant. Chili itself is a fruit. After maturity, when flowers fall in, the remaining parts of flower becomes into fruit. Okay. Now tap root. This is a part of plant which goes under the soil and which has no node, internode and bud. It is worth saying that most of the time roots remain below the soil, but in some cases, in special cases, stem, leaf, fruit and flowers also remain inside the soil, under the soil. Okay. Just now we have learnt the different parts of a typical plant, chili plant. You all are familiar with the chili. Many of us enjoy chili with our dinner. Okay, I think so. Now, roots. We have learned what is root, and yes, this is a root and different parts of a root. And we have learned that the parts of plant which has no node, internode and bud is called root, and most of the time it remains under the soil. This is root cap. At the ending part of the root, tip of the root, there is a root cap, and it protects the root from being damaged. And after that, growing region located. After the root cap region, growing region located, and from this region the growth of root occurs. Okay, and next the root hair region present, located, and we can see there are so many hair-like structure, and it absorbs water and mineral salts from the soil, which is very necessary for the plant. And just back of the root hair region, there located permanent region. No growth occurs here, but the branches of root and tertiary root originate from here. Branches of root originate from the permanent region, and tertiary root originate from the branches root. Okay, we have learned just the different parts of a typical root. Okay, but there are different types of root. We know. We are now discussing in brief. roots are of mainly three types, two types, sorry, taproot, root and adventitious root. Yes, root. Taproot originate from the radical of a seed, and adventitious root originate from stem or leaves of a tree, not at the proper place. They are they originate not at the not like the taproot which originate from radical of a seed. They originate from the stem and leaves of a plant. Okay. Now we are observing taproot and adventitious root. I hope in upper class you will learn about this adventitious root elaborately. Now we are going to learn in brief. This is taproot and this is under the soil, and this is the taproot of a plant, and these are adventitious root, prop root of a banyan tree. These are adventitious root, prop root of a banyan tree, and these are stilt root of kea, which is originate from the stem of a plant. It's originate from not from the radical of a seed. Okay. Now this is taproot, this is prop root, that means adventitious root, this is stilt root. It gives support, it works like acts like a pillar, and they also act like a stilt. Okay, is it clear? They give support the plant. The adventitious root in this case gives the support plant, acts like a pillar. Okay. Now we are going to learn different parts of a typical stem. Now we are going to learn the function of roots in brief. What is the function of root? Function of root. Number one, the root's function of root is to anchor the plants with the soil, so that it cannot bend down. The plant cannot bend down while there is strong storm or cyclone. Okay. And the second function is to collect water and mineral salts. Collect water and mineral salts from the soils. Okay. So we have learned the function of roots, different types of roots, and structure of root. Thank you all. Now we are going to learn a typical stem. A typical stem has three parts, such as mainly three parts. node, internode, internode and part. The part of stem from where? The part of stem from where apical bud or branches arises or grows is called node. This is the node of a plant. This is the node of a plant. This is the node of a plant. And internode, the space between the two nodes. The space between there is a node. The space between the two node is internode. No branches and no leaves arise from this place. From this place internode, but growth occurs in this region. Okay. Now, bud grows from the axil of a bud. The angle between the stem and the leaves is called axis, and the bud grows from the angle axis of a bud is called axillary bud, and the bud grows at the apical position of stem or branches is called apical bud. Okay. So we have just learned the different parts of a typical stem. Okay. What are the parts? Node, internode and bud. Okay. Now we are going to learn different parts of stem. Different types of stem. We are going to learn types of stem. First of all, stem is divided into two types. What are they? They are caudex or non-branched stem. Non-branched stem and branched stem. From the name, we can imagine which are caudex or non-branched stem and which is branched stem. Non-branched stem or caudex, the stem which has no branches, and the stem which has branches. Okay. First of all, stem can be divided into two types according to their strong or weak. Strong stem and weak stem. Weak stem, strong stem, and strong stem are very strong and erect the plants on the ground, and weak stem are very stem and feeble. They cannot stand upright, the plants. Okay, strong stem are of two types: caudex or unbranched stem and branched stem. Branched stem. Look, there is a figure of a caudex stem and which is unbranched stem. There is no branch on the figure. on the stem. There is no branch on the stem. We can see here. No branch, and at the top of the stem a crown of leaves arises. Okay, there is no branch. This is caudix, and next this is excurrent. The excurrent stem, they are branched stem. They are branched, and the branches of the tree stem arises in such a way that it looks like a cone shape and as a temple, and they arise in such a way that below the at the below of the stem the branches are longer, and when it is growing upwards they are shorter gradually. Okay, so it is look like a temple. The deliquescent stem is like a dome shape, and their branches. Okay, and the come, it is a unbranched stem which has node, internode. They are distinct, but from node and internode no branches arises, but leaves arises from this place. Okay, but leaves arises from this place. This is the calm and unbranched stem, and they are not strong. They are strong, not weak. They are very strong, and sometimes they can be buoyant or solid. Okay, now we are going to learn different types. We are going to see different types of stem, which are very different types of weak stem which cannot stand upright on the soil. They are of three types: creeper, trailer, and climber. Creeper horizontally grows on the soil surface, and from each node of the stem their roots arises. Okay, can you see? I think you are enjoying the figure. Next, trailer. They grows and spread parallel to the ground, not horizontally, parallel to the ground, and no branches arises from the node. No branches arises, no roots arises from the roots. So difference between creeper and trailer: trailer is parallel to the ground and creeper is horizontally lays on the ground, and no roots arises from the creeper, and no roots arises from the trailer. Then climber. The climber is also weak stem, but it climb with the help of a support. Look, here is a support, and it is climbing up. Example, betel leaf. Okay. Now we are going to learn the function of stem. Function of stem. Number 1, the function of stem is to bear the weight. Bear the weight of leaves, branches, fruits, and flower. Number 2, function is to spread branches and leaves in such a way. Branches and leaves in such a way that they can easily get sunlight.